Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be making cinnamon rolls. These are the ingredients you'll be needing. 4.5 teaspoons of yeast, also 1 cup of lukewarm water, 6 tablespoons of Crisco shortening, 1 cup of sugar, 2 cups of hot water, 2 eggs that are beaten, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and also 1 tablespoon of salt, and also a spatula. Throughout this video, I'll also be using a mixer, which has a dough hook and also a pair of beaters. First off, we'll be using the beaters. To start off, we'll be combining the yeast and also the lukewarm water. With that, we'll be placing the 1 teaspoon of sugar on top of it in order to help proof it. Now we will set that off for about 5 minutes and we will let that proof and get ready to go. Now we will start with this. In this we will be adding the shortening, sugar, and salt to hot water. Here's the shortening. We're also adding the salt. And also our 1 cup of sugar. To end this off, we will be adding the 2 cups of hot water. And now we will use it or beat it for about 30 seconds. Now that you have beaten it for about 30 seconds, we'll be adding in 2 cups of flour. And now we will beat that for about 30 seconds or until smooth. Now from this, as you look at the top, you can see that it is starting to proof. Now I will add this to our mixture. And now I will mix this until well combined, about another 30 seconds. Now we will add the beaten egg. And again, we will beat this for about another 30 seconds. Now that we have completed this process, we will take out the beaters and we'll replace it with the dough hook. And now, we will now add the remaining 8 cups of flour, but only cup by cup. So I will start out by using 2 cups of flour. When you have added 2 cups of flour, go ahead and beat it again. Once it is mixed for a little bit, continue to add cup by cup until you reach a total of 10 cups. Now that I have added about 10 cups of flour, my dough finally looks like this. And now I will place it on a lightly floured counter in order to knead it. In order to knead your dough, you're going to need to have a lightly floured counter space, just like this. Now you will take the dough out of the mixer and place it on the counter. Now, to knead your dough, you will simply do 3 steps. You will push down, bring this hand up, and push down again. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you will continue doing this for about a minute. After you are done kneading your dough, place it in a bowl. You will cover your dough with a towel or plastic wrap. After you covered it with a towel, you will then set it in a warm place to let it rise for about an hour. This is what it will look like after it has risen. For this section, you will need cinnamon, brown sugar, and also melted butter. First, you will lightly flour your surface again. And then you'll take the dough and split it into 2 halves. And then you'll put it on your lightly floured surface. Now you will take a rolling pin and roll it out into a square. If it is sticky, put some flour on your roller. You'll roll it out until it has about 1/4 inch thickness. Then you'll take your melted butter and put some of it on it, and then spread it out. Once your butter has been evenly distributed, take your brown sugar and start placing generous amounts over the dough. After you've covered it in brown sugar, take your cinnamon and start sprinkling it over the top of the brown sugar. This is what it should look like when you're done. Don't be afraid to use generous amounts of brown sugar and cinnamon, as it will make your cinnamon roll better. Now that you have finished this, take this and you will now begin to start roll it up. So take this and fold it over like that, press it down, and then begin to roll, keeping it tight as you go. Now that you have your cinnamon roll log, you will now need to cut it into 1 inch to 1.5 inch strips, just like this. Once you have them cut, you will put them into a greased baking pan. Your first pan should end up looking like this. And as I didn't mention before, you will end up cutting them with either floss or string. Now you will cover these again and let them rise for another hour, and you will continue with the second ball of dough. Once your rolls have risen again, go over to your oven and set it for 350 and wait for it to preheat. Once your oven is preheated to 350, open up the oven and place your cinnamon rolls in the oven. Allow for baking about 12 to 14 minutes, or until golden brown. When your cinnamon rolls are done, they will look like this. You can either put frosting on or not. Thank you.